Hey there YouTube, this is the J.Q.Kid bringing you back with LA Noire, the Naked City. So we are right now at Dr. Stillman's practice. So first thing you obviously want to do is come up here, open the door, go to the right, press X, and there is his room.
Here, Stoneman, office 505.
So let's go to the 5th floor. I'm going to run.
I swear, if we locked up every doctor in this town, Vice would be able to work half days.
LOL. Alright, whatever. Here we are. Just come straight over here. Right here, this door.
Yes, sir, your name?
LAPD, we'd like to see Dr. Stoneman.
Dr. Stoneman is with a patient. Would you like to wait?
No, we wouldn't. Tell him we want to see him now.
There's no need to be rude.
Save it, sister.
Dr. Stoneman, I have some gentlemen from the LAPD here to see you.
Send them in, please. I'll see this patient again after they've left.
Now, it's funny what this patient says, too.
Your investigation is much more important than my sciatica. I'm just in pain here. Leave me alone.
Dr. Stoneman, we are investigating the death of one of your patients, Julia Randall.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Do you mind if we ask you some questions about Miss Randall?
Not if it doesn't compromise doctor-patient privilege, Detective.
Alright, let's start with relationship.
How well did you know Miss Randall?
Barely at all. She'd only been a patient 6 months or so.
As you can see him, he's looking around, and looking around by his side. I'm going to do it again eventually, right there. So you click lie.
Julia Randall has been your patient for nearly a year. I'm sure you know that.
Do you doubt my veracity, Detective? Do you have access to my patient records?
So what you do is you go over to the Benzedrine prescription, and if you look here, July 46. I don't know exactly what year it is right now, but whatever.
Your prescriptions contradict you, Doctor.
Miss Randall was in the fashion business, as you probably know. She'd been jumped up on Benzedrine by day and knocked down by sleeping pills at night. I told her to slow up, but no. Life was too short for her.
And you supplied the prescription for the Benzedrine.
It's not illegal, Detective. A lot of young women in her line of work use it for weight loss.
Whenever that's done, additional medications.
You wrote Julia Randall a prescription for Benzedrine. How can you account for that?
Miss Randall was in the fashion business. She wanted to control her weight.
Now, by the fact that he's looking straight constantly, I would go with truth. But it looks like he also turned to the side, so I would go with doubt, as you can see. I'm going to look through here real quick. I'm going to go with truth, even though it's probably wrong.
She didn't appear to have a weight problem.
She had a self-esteem problem. Miss Randall felt her only control over her life was through her appearance.
That's wrong.
That'll be all for now, Dr. Stoneman. We'll be in touch.
Alright, whatever. Alright, time on my camera is 4:16.
The old boy's lying. About what? I don't know. He looked relieved when you said she was dead. That's a strange reaction to have to the death of a young patient.
Whatever. Alright, time for the next area, which was the
Can you drive to this one?
Dancing the dress store. Now wait till that saving thing is done, because it might mess
Do
up
we
again.
know where we're going?
And we're off.
Have you noticed how croakers only pull out the physician-patient privilege card when they got something to hide? There are certain things people have a right to keep private. Until it gets in the way of
Thank you,
police
Phelps.
work. And it's only private when it suits them. A couple of drinks and every doctor I've had will spill your darkest secrets in a heartbeat.
Here we are at the Scene Dress Store. This is the place where Julia, I believe that's her name, modeled, in case you didn't know that. Ugh. So you walk in, you just want to make a left.
Well, hello. What can I help you with today?
LAPD, ma'am.
I hope I haven't done anything wrong.
No, ma'am. We're making some inquiries about Julia Randall. Does she work here?
No, I had to let her go. Is she in some sort of trouble?
She was found dead this morning.
Alright.
How long had Julie worked as a model?
Well, she worked in New York before coming here. She was a very beautiful girl.
Alright, so you just want to put truth here.
Could you tell us why you let Miss Randall go?
Husbands sometimes come in here with their wives. When Julia Randall modeled, the husbands were often more interested in her than they were their wives' dresses. The wives weren't happy, and neither was I.
Did she have any close friends here?
Actually, yes. Heather Swanson. Would you like to speak with her?
I'd like that very much. Please don't inform her about Miss Randall's death.
Very well, officer. Heather, these gentlemen are from the LAPD.
I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. I understand that you worked with Julia Randall, Miss Swanson?
Yes. Julia helped me get my job here. She's not in any kind of trouble, is
She's
she?
a hellraiser, isn't she? Lives a fast life.
Oh, no. Maybe Mrs. Stanley would call her that, but I wouldn't. She's full of life, a wonderful company.
That's a lovely engagement ring.
Do you like it? Henry gave it to
I'm
me.
very interested in engagement rings. Do you mind if I take a closer look?
I don't know why, but that just seems really funny. Oh, whatever. So you just actually want to take a good look like that.
That's some pearl, Miss Swanson. Would have cost Henry a fortune. He must really love you.
And now you start your interview thingamajig.
How did you meet Julia?
I was introduced through my fiancé, Henry Arnett.
Yep, nothing much about that. Just click X.
Henry is your beau. Tell us about it.
Yes, he is. Henry has a fashion business. He and Julia have been friends for years.
That's that. Next up, informed of Mr. Henderson.
Are Miss Randall and Mr. Henderson engaged?
Who's he?
Yeah, again, just press truth.
She was wearing a sapphire engagement ring. Someone must have given it to her.
She never mentioned a man named Henderson to me.
That's all for now, Miss Swanson. Could you ask your fiancé to visit Hollywood Police Station? It would be very helpful to our inquiry.
Now, wait a moment. I don't think I'll pass on that message until you tell me why you're asking all these questions.
Julia Randall was found dead this morning.
What? Oh, no. Oh, I can't believe it. She was so full of life.
That's that. Let me get to the phone. This guy's gonna go into the freaking. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, he is.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How can I help, Detective?
Messages, please.
Yes, Detective. The coroner's been asking to speak to you. I can connect the call if you like.
Please.
over here? I just finished the autopsy.
Sure thing, Mal. We'll be right over.
No, I doubt I can do this, but
You're behind the wheel. Fine. Where are we headed? Nice move not telling old Sweet Lips in there about her friend taking a big jump till we were half out the door. Very slick. I figured we'd get more out of her that way. You're learning, Phelps. We'll make a vice cop out of you yet.
I'm about to say, don't freeze up on me again. Come on, Fiona.
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Detectives Phelps and Earl here to see the coroner.
Yes, Detective. He's waiting for you in the examination room.
Examination room's open, which is right here.
Rehab is for quitters.
Cole, Roy, I have some information for you.
You're the only person enjoying this, Mal. Get on with it.
The bruising confirms 2 sets of hands, so we have 2 killers. Death was caused by heart failure due to an overdose of morphine.
Have you dragged us down here to gloat? We already heard your theory.
We agree that she was murdered.
Yes, of course.
I have something else to show you.
All right, Mal, what gives?
The dead guy's name is Jimmy LeBlanc, career burglar. He came in this morning. Someone stove his head in with a lump of 2x4.
So what? Good riddance.
I found 2 syrettes in his jacket pocket.
Wow. Hang on a minute, Roy. We're listening now.
No sign of morphine use and no metabolized morphine in his blood. Scratch marks on his face.
Which could be from getting his head remodeled. Time of death, Mal.
Maybe an hour or 2 after the Randall girl.
So you're saying Laughing Boy here could be one of our killers? That's a hell of a long shot. Thanks, Mal. We'll check it out.
I found something else.
Alright, real quick, you want to go ahead and look over the bodies. As you can see, there's the scratch marks. Look over here in this body. Okay, nothing else to that.
Sorry, I don't play.
I don't know if it's significant. His wallet was empty. The only other things he was carrying were the harmonica and the morphine. Carruthers. Yeah, he's here. I'll send him over. They have a guy called Henry Arnett in interview 2 for you next door. Let me know how you get on.
Sure, Mal. And thanks for the lead. Sure, Mal. Thanks for the lead.
Like I said, he's an ass. Alright, whatever. All I gotta do is just cross the street here. I'm running because it's just pathetic. Alright, interview 2. Where the heck are you?
Recognize that guy from the paper. He's a cop.
Mr. Arnett, I'm Detective Phelps. This is Detective Earl. Thanks for coming in. Call me Henry. It's the least I could do. Terrible news about Julia.
Okay, relationship with victim.
How well did you know Julia Randall? Vaguely. I'm in the clothing business, and Julia occasionally modeled.
Now, one thing you hear about interviews is that, like, sometimes they seem truthful, sometimes they don't. But there's obviously nothing we have, so I'm gonna go with truth. And as you can see, it was wrong.
We were friends.
So that was a fail.
Miss Randall's landlady said she was seeing an older man. Could have been. I wasn't privy to all the details of Julia's private life.
I'm gonna look through again. As you can see, he's looking around, so I'll go with doubt. But that's
Spill
wrong.
it, Henry. You know nothing about a man named Henderson? Yes, you're right. Henderson, yeah. Very distinguished.
How about a first name, wise guy? An address, maybe?
I'm sorry, I don't. I think he lives somewhere out of town. Somewhere back east.
And that was a big fail, so go burglary suspect.
Ever heard of a Jimmy LeBlanc? No. Should I have? Is he an entertainer or something? So you wouldn't have any reason to believe that LeBlanc would be involved in Julie Randall's murder? If this guy is a criminal, he might have been involved. But like I said, I've never heard of this LeBlanc character. Heather told us that you were in fashion. That's right. Some kind of traveling salesman? Once I got out of the Corps, I used my... You were in the Marines? Sure. I'm proud of it. Fighting 6th. You were in the 6th Marines? Yes. I was a captain. Which company? Various companies. We had a lot of casualties. Which engagements? Okinawa. A couple other places. That'll be all for now. You've been very helpful.
That son of a bitch was never in the Marines. Why'd you let him off the hook?
Because we're giving him a couple of minutes before we start tailing him. Arnett is an amateur. We need to find out who killed the girl. Can you pass this on to Bukowski? Have him check the place out and go through his records.
Sure, I'll pass it on.
Thanks. Can you also have R&I run the records on a Jimmy LeBlanc and find out who was his last arresting officer? Have them get in touch via KGPL when they have some information.